Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is just a beautiful Tuesday, and honestly, I am running on way too much coffee and not nearly enough sleep right now. But I had to jump on here and just type this out fast because the latest spoilers for The Young and the Restless are just, well, they are a lot to process. My brain is basically fried from staring at these updates, but we really need to talk about what is happening. So let's just get right into the madness, because we have so much to unpack today and the drama is getting intense. And let me just start by saying that I am still completely emotionally exhausted from everything that went down in Las Vegas. Seriously, my mind is still stuck on that rundown, dirty abandoned gas station in the middle of the desert. You guys know exactly what I mean. The whole terrifying situation with Newman collapsing on that filthy floor because of that tainted, poisoned batch of drugs that Matt Clark deliberately planted. It was just brutal to watch. And Adam frantically enchaining Sharon and Noah, hands shaking, while Nick is literally writhing in agony and fighting for his life. It was a lot. It was so dark for Y and R. But then we had that epic, chaotic moment where Noah finally confronted Matt face to face. Noah just completely lost it, screaming at him, and Matt tried to pull that pathetic, cowardly I don't remember who I am card, like really sudden amnesia. But Noah wasn't buying it for a single second and just punched him right in the face. Blood everywhere, and then the cops finally arrived and slapped the heavy cuffs on Matt. I honestly thought that was the end of it. I really, truly did. I thought we could finally breathe and move on from this absolute nightmare. But no, of course not, because this is a soap opera, and villains never just go quietly into a jail cell and stay there forever. So now we have these new spoilers dropping, and they show that Matt Clark is somehow out and about, and he is apparently on a mission to find out who he truly is. What were the writers actually thinking here? Are we really doing a full-blown amnesia storyline for this absolute psycho? It looks like Matt is wandering around Genoa City, claiming he genuinely has no memory of the horrible, disgusting things he did to the Newman family. And the craziest part of all of this is that he ends up at the Genoa City Athletic Club, yes, the GCAC. The place where everyone goes to drink overpriced martinis, wear fancy suits, and plot against each other. And who does he run into while he is finding himself? Phyllis Summers. So just picture this scene for a second. Phyllis is sitting there at the GCAC, probably stressing out over her own massive pile of problems. I mean, Victor is literally blackmailing her with those fake AI-generated emails, trying to steal Summers' corp right out from under her. And Victoria is being her usual smug self about it. Plus, Michael Baldwin just warned her she might actually go to prison. So Phyllis is already completely on edge, feeling like the whole world is against her. And then this guy walks up to her. Matt Clark, but Phyllis doesn't know it's Matt Clark. Because, let's be real, she hasn't been in the middle of the Vegas hostage situation, and she doesn't recognize his face from Adam and Nick's chaotic desert trip. And Matt obviously doesn't introduce himself as the guy who just tried to murder her ex-husband, because according to him, he doesn't even know his own identity. It is just so wild. They actually start having a conversation, a witty, flirty little chat right there in the middle of the club dining room. And Matt actually says something to Phyllis about her having main character energy. I can't even make this up. He literally drops that exact line on her, and you guys know Phyllis. She absolutely loves attention. She thrives on it. When a mysterious, seemingly charming guy walks up and tells her she has main character energy, she is going to eat that up. She is going to engage with him. But sitting here watching this play out in my head, I am just screaming at my screen, "Run, Phyllis, run away!" Because even if Matt's brain is currently scrambled and he thinks he is just a normal guy, we all know what he is truly capable of. The guy is a total monster. Which brings me to my next point. Is this amnesia even real? Like, who actually believes this is going to end well for anyone? We saw him try to fake memory loss with Noah just a little while ago when he was cornered. He tried to pretend he didn't know anything to get out of trouble and escape accountability. So part of me strongly thinks he is just playing the longest, sickest con ever. Maybe he is just faking it to avoid prison time and is secretly plotting his next move against the Newmans. But maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe the writers are actually going with real amnesia this time. Maybe that brutal punch to the head from Noah actually did some real damage. Okay, that sounded a bit dramatic, but you get what I mean? Even if he really doesn't remember his past right now, all that evil, all that darkness is still buried inside him. It is just waiting for the right trigger to snap. And that is exactly what terrifies me about this whole GCAC interaction. Matt is clearly drawn to Phyllis. He is intrigued by her fire, her attitude, her whole defensive vibe. What if she becomes his newest obsession? Matt is the kind of guy who fixates on things and doesn't let go. He fixated on destroying Nick and the rest of the Newmans for so long. If he fixates on Phyllis now, she is walking right into a trap. She is already completely cornered by Victor's blackmail. She is fighting with Patty Williams, and now she has a literal psychopath crushing on her at the bar. It is a recipe for an absolute disaster, and I am so stressed just thinking about it. But let's zoom out for a second and talk about how this fits into the bigger pattern of the show. Because you cannot talk about Phyllis being in danger without talking about Nick Newman. Oh, Nick. My heart just breaks for him right now. He is currently such a mess. The man is literally fighting for his life and his sanity after everything that happened in Vegas. The fentanyl, the cocaine he used to cope, the horrible withdrawal, and the terrifying physical collapse at the gas station. He lost so much of himself out there in the desert. He lost his spark. He lost his hero energy, as fans on social media are calling it. He has just been beaten down so hard by Matt's sick, twisted games. So Nick is back, and he is trying to get clean. He is determined to beat this addiction and get his normal life back on track. He wants to be a good, stable father to Noah and just put this nightmare behind him forever. And part of his whole getting my life together routine involves distancing himself from toxic, dramatic situations. Which means he is currently acting like he is completely fed up with Phyllis. He is pretending that he is so over her drama. He rolls his eyes, he acts annoyed, he wants absolutely nothing to do with her corporate wars against his dad and Victoria. He just wants peace. But come on, let's be real here for a minute. We have been following this story for way too long to believe that Nick Newman just doesn't care about Phyllis Summers anymore. Deep down, a part of him will always love her. They just have so much intense history together. They share summer. They have burned each other to the ground and built each other back up a million times over the years. He can act as exasperated and tired as he wants, but the second he finds out that Matt Clark, the exact same Matt Clark who poisoned him and tortured his family, is sniffing around Phyllis, oh, it is going to be game over. Nick is going to lose his mind. Nick has this massive hero complex. He just does. He loves rescuing damsels in distress, especially when that damsel happens to be one of his fiery ex-wives. It is classic Nick behavior. And honestly, this might be exactly the push he needs to pull himself out of this dark, depressing hole he is in right now. Right now. He feels weak. He feels defeated by the drugs and the trauma of almost dying. But the sudden, very real threat of Matt hurting Phyllis could be the exact trigger that forces Nick to find his inner strength again. His deep protective instincts are going to completely override his exhaustion and his addiction struggles. I can just see it now. The tension is going to build and build over the next few weeks. Matt is going to keep accidentally bumping into Phyllis around town. He is going to charm her, maybe even manipulate her into trusting him with her problems. Because Phyllis is so vulnerable right now. She feels like everyone in Genoa City is against her. So if this handsome stranger with amnesia offers her a sympathetic ear and tells her she is amazing, she might actually let her guard down. And Nick is going to be watching from the sidelines, just seething with anger. He is going to try to warn her, but she will probably just snap back at him and tell him to mind his own business since he said he didn't care anymore, because that is what they do. They argue when they are scared, and then the other shoe is going to drop. Matt's memory is going to come rushing back. Or if he has been faking it this whole time, he's going to finally drop the innocent act. And he is going to realize that he has the ultimate leverage right in the palm of his hand. He couldn't kill Nick in Vegas, but he can absolutely destroy Nick emotionally by hurting Phyllis. The evil is going to bubble right back up to the surface at the absolute worst possible moment. It always does with guys like him. He might even pretend he still has amnesia just to mess with them more while he plots his revenge. When that happens, things are going to spiral out of control so fast. Phyllis is going to be in very real physical danger, and Nick is going to have to make a choice. Is he going to let his addiction and his lingering trauma keep him paralyzed and afraid? Or is he going to step up, push through the pain, and be the hero again? We all know the answer. He is going to rush in there. He is going to face his demons, and he is going to face Matt Clark one more time to protect the woman he still loves. And honestly, I am here for it. I am tired. I am stressed out by this messy storyline, but I cannot look away. I just really hope Phyllis doesn't get seriously hurt before Nick gets his act together and saves the day. So yeah, that is where we are at right now with this crazy show. It is messy, it is chaotic, and it is vintage YA drama at its finest. I don't know exactly how the writers are going to stretch this out, but you know they will drag it for all it's worth. I just really hope they don't drag out this amnesia phase for months, because I don't think my nerves can take watching Matt play the good guy for that long. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this madness. Do you think Matt is faking his memory loss? Do you think Nick is going to be the one to save Phyllis? I need to go get another coffee before my brain completely shuts down for the day.